So what is polite? Is it impolite for me that when I'm tickled, I just laugh out loud at wherever I am? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And they say listen, I'm in my 40s, right? They say when you get in your 40s, you stop caring. It's totally true. But what I want to do is encourage you at any age, because sometimes we take these thought processes way beyond our 40s. Some people have hit their 40s and they have not pushed their I don't care button. So if you have not done that, go ahead and just hit that I don't care button. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Steph. I wanted to talk about, I was scrolling through my Instagram today and I saw this meme and actually, oh my gosh, I almost lied, you guys. It was not a meme. It was an advertisement for blankets, and it was like, hey, our popular blankets are back, and it had all of these little sayings on the blankets, and the blankets were really pretty. So the way that the colors and the font on the blankets caught my attention. So I was like, ooh, let me check this out and see what it is. And I was reading some of the slogans that were on the blankets, and it was like, be nice and be kind. And first I was like, and then I went, wait a minute. Don't tell me how to be. And as I was going through the pictures on the advertisement, it had like young girls in their like early teens, and they were wrapped up in the blanket, and it was like, be nice. And I just think that that's such a terrible message. Because first of all, what is nice and what is kind is relative. So that is open to interpretation. I have learned that over the years, especially for me. And, we share everything. We talk about our business a lot. We talk about our personal lives. And for me, coming out of what I call a traditional religious situation, having people dictate to you and determine what nice and kind and, what was thoughtful, what was nice, what was kind was, and then coming to find out that that was not the case, and always having that, and for that particular thing being lined up with, whether or not you were deemed as someone who was in touch or in line with their spirituality or with their beliefs. And so, maybe I just, you guys, maybe I just have, a little PTSD coming out of that situation. Oh, look, my braid is just rebellious, you guys. But maybe I have, a little issue coming out of that situation. But I also had to learn, because there was such contradiction in what was nice and what was kind, right? Basically, the thought process and the behaviors that they encouraged you to have was being nice and being kind meant not being truthful. So if I told you something that was truthful that you may be offended by or be hurt, because you may not want to hear that what you're doing is incorrect or wrong or offensive, then I was being offensive. And I remember that there was a certain person that I shared fellowship with at my church, and they were always coming to me, and I just want to come to you, Stephanie, and tell you that you offended me. And then they would tell me about what offended them, and I would realize that I was being honest or being truthful, and so I was like, so one day I just told them, I said, I am offended at your offense. Your offense offends me. Why? Because I just told you the truth, right? So I said all that to say is that being nice, being kind, really check and see what that means. Because to be kind means to simply do the right thing. So if I'm telling you the truth, that's being kind. Being nice, I'm being nice by telling you the truth, just because I don't sugarcoat. Again, and I think I've talked to you guys about like saying things in a certain tone, but I do what I want, and I say what I want, and I have the right to do that. And just as much as I have the right to do that, somebody has the right not to listen to me, not to talk to me, not to have to deal with me, and I respect that. We need room for more respect. As women, if you're going to go all in with your business, and listen, business doesn't have to be super serious, but if you're going to go all in, then be your most authentic self. Do not cut any corners. Do not cow down for anyone. Don't turn yourself down. Don't try to make yourself palatable for anybody. That's how you can be kind to someone, is that you can show up as exactly who you are, and they have every right to decide whether or not they want to continue to engage with you or not. But I'm never going to, for myself personally, try to continue to perpetuate the propaganda of telling anyone, especially a female, to be nice and to be kind. Not in the terms and the way in which this world. Let me just look, the word nice, right? So, I had to look it up. Like, what is the definition of nice? First thing that pops up, it says, be nice and or kind. Polite. What is polite? Is it polite to not be truthful? Is that polite? We cannot let generalized definitions run our life. That's the other thing. They will generalize a definition, telling you it's not polite. It's not polite to say what you want to say. It's not polite to make noise or be loud. I have a very full, very unique laugh, okay? I'm sure you guys have heard me laugh in videos or just whatever, right? My laugh is unique. I was in the store. I was on an aisle and I laughed. And someone that I grew up with came around and they said, that sounds like Stephanie. I hadn't seen them since high school. I had not seen them since high school, but they recognized my laugh. And so, I laugh loud, I laugh with fullness, and, some people would talk about my laugh. I remember, like, growing up, there'd be these little, but I love my laugh. I love the fact that when I am affected in the way that I'm responding verbally and with sound, I love the fact that it's unique and it fills the room. I love that about myself. So what is polite? Is it impolite for me that when I'm tickled, I just laugh out loud or wherever I am? I don't care. I don't care. And they say listen, I'm in my 40s, right? They say when you get in your 40s, you stop caring. It's totally true. But what I want to do is encourage you at any age, because sometimes we take these thought processes way beyond our 40s. Some people have hit their 40s and they have not pushed their I don't care button. So if you have not done that, go ahead and just hit that I don't care button. 50s, 60s, if you are young, it's so hard. It's so hard not to care. It's so hard not to try to put yourself in that mode, but break the habit right now. Don't wait till your 40s, okay? Do not wait. Stop caring right now. All right? 14 to 104. Stop caring. Stop caring. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be kind according to these generalized definitions of what these words mean. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to tell you the truth. This is for 2020, I was like, no, I don't want to have no visions just because it's 2020 and coming up with, no. All truth in 2020. That's what I said. And beyond for me, I'm going to tell the truth. That's it. That's all. I'm telling the truth. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to do what I want to do. Period. That's it. And that's all. That's it. Don't tell me how to be. Even if it's in beautiful script and it's on a beautiful blanket. Don't tell me how to be. And I know it looks beautiful and it feels like you are encouraging and putting yourself in it. We have to break. And it's different for everybody. But we have to break these generalized and these standard molds for ourselves in order to feel like we're creating a space that we can be ourselves. Nobody should define the space that you create in order to just live truthfully and authentically. Nobody. And I'm telling you this right now. If you go into any sort of group setting, you're going to be subject to whatever that group is, right? Listen, because those things, we're business women, but these things affect your entire life. My business is part of my life. It's part of my personal life. These things are not separate. It is a portion of the sum of my totality, right? So how I live my life is how I'm going to show up, whether it's with my children and my husband or in my business. So stop compartmentalizing too, because they aren't the ones that can validate me. And anytime that you subject yourself to a group, you're going to have to come under to whatever they have set as the generalized definition of anything. And the choice is yours. Maybe helping you clarify that's something that you'll have to give in order to continue with the group. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, because it's something that I even as I realize it, I'm like, I don't have to be kind according to your definition. I don't have to be nice according to your definition. My godsister, she's like, that's not kind. It drives me crazy when we're talking about something and she will then describe that as not kind. I didn't do that because it wasn't kind. And I'm just like, says who? What does that even mean? And it's like nails on a chalkboard when she says it. It's not kind. It's always based on societal or generalized standards, either from some sort of subgroup, society, or something else. So whether it's a religious group or maybe it's your friends, it could be anything. Any sort of word, more than, 2 or 3 people or more are then determining and deciding what something is. It's awesome because my business partner and I, we think alike, but then we think nothing alike. But also too, because we think nothing alike, she can't define anything for me. I don't define anything for her, and I don't care. I don't need her to think like me in order to feel good, because I don't care. And by not caring, I don't feel like that makes our relationship any less. But those boundaries have been set, not only just by understanding, but verbally. If you're going to be friends with me, I don't care. I don't care what you think of me. And I don't need to necessarily tell you what I think of you in the sense of we have to come together in some sort of group thing. Yeah, and it's okay. And when I say something and I feel like it is, and I say I meant what I said, I will tell her, and I said that and I meant what I said. I don't care. Yeah. So, there you have it. Listen, follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right? Just Two Women. Check out our business, To a T Official.